Hi, friend, and welcome to Tidy the Clutter podcast. I'm Mariah, and I'm so glad you're here. This is the place where we talk about real life ways to simplify your home and digital spaces. Let's face it, life gets busy real quick. Between work, kids, emails, and everything else on your plate, it's easy to feel like things are slipping through the cracks. The good news, it doesn't have to stay that way. In each episode, I'll be sharing practical tips, small wins, and simple strategies to help you clear the clutter both in your physical and digital spaces. You can feel more in control and have more time for what truly matters most to you. Whether it's setting up routines that stick, taming your inbox, or tackling toy chaos, my goal is to make getting organized doable, even on your busiest days. So, grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get started. Does it ever feel like laundry is the never-ending story of your whole life? Like no matter how many loads you finish, there's always another one waiting for you? Well, my friend, today we are going to be tackling that head on. I will be sharing how to set up a simple, consistent laundry routine that's easy to stick with, tips for organizing your laundry space so it actually supports productivity, and ways to get the whole family involved to lighten the load, literally. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear plan to make laundry less of a chore and ideally more of a manageable part of your week. Let's start by talking about why the heck laundry can feel so overwhelming. Well, for most of us, it's not just about washing clothes. It's about managing the entire process. Sorting, folding, putting things away, and repeating it all over and over again. As a mom, the more kiddos you have under your roof, the more laundry seems to double, triple, quadruple, so on. I remember when laundry day was typically filled with pure chaos in our house. Clothes piled up everywhere, in my oldest daughter's room, and the entire laundry process took all of my Saturday. But over time, I've learned that a few small tweaks to my laundry process have made a big impact and difference. If you're feeling like laundry is a never-ending mountain climb, I'm here to share what's helped me climb this lovely mountain of clothes. That was like a horrible dad pun or joke, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, let's break down some actionable steps to simplify your laundry routine. One of the best ways to make laundry less overwhelming is to establish a consistent routine. Doing a little bit every day or setting specific days for different types of laundry can really help you stay on top of it. For example, you could do one load a day to prevent things from piling up. Or you might decide that Mondays are for whites, Tuesdays are for towels, and so on. The key is finding a rhythm that works for your schedule. This small change alone can take so much of the stress out of laundry. Next, let's talk about organizing your laundry system. I'm not just talking about the laundry room here, although that can definitely be a source of chaos too. I'm talking about where you put your dirty clothes. So your dirty laundry, where are you putting it? The laundry hamper can make the entire process feel so much harder. Start by setting up sorting bins, one for whites, one for colors, and one for delicates. This way, you're sorting clothes as they go into the hamper, and there's no need for a big sorting session before each load. In episode 5, we talked about using labeled trays to manage paper clutter, and the same principle applies here. Sorting bins act as containers for your laundry and help streamline the process by giving each type of clothing a home right from the start. If you've already tried organizing paper files, this will feel very familiar and just as effective. In my house, the girls each have their own laundry baskets in their rooms. If by some slim chance my girls wear white, which honestly doesn't usually happen because my girls and white just do not mix. Something always happens. But anyway, in the slim chance that they do wear white, that white item goes straight into my whites basket. This way, all the whites are already gathered in one place. This system works great for us right now because my girls don't have much white clothing. Now, maybe when our oldest gets into high school and she's decided, you know what, her theme is going to be all white. I have no idea. I doubt that will happen, but who knows? Maybe that will be the style. But then we might have to reevaluate this. But for now, it works great. For myself, I keep two baskets in my closet, one for whites and another for everything else. Eventually, I love to upgrade to a 3-basket sorter so I can have whites, lightweight items, and heavier items like jeans. I just find it to be such a pain when a lightweight shirt sneaks into the dryer with my heavy jeans and ends up shrinking because the jeans aren't dry yet, but the shirt was dry 30 minutes ago and I didn't catch it. Anyway, I find it to be very painful. I would rather have 3 sorting baskets so I can ideally not have to deal with that, or not even have to remember that the shirt is in there to grab out. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, rant over, but this kind of system can save you time and hassle. Also, keep your laundry supplies like detergent, dryer sheets, stain removers. If you have them neatly organized and within easy reach, man, it makes it just so much easier to dump your clothes in, get the soap, ba bada boom, press the start, and your laundry is washing. This reminds me of what we discussed in episode 2, where we talked about streamlining morning routines by keeping everything you need in one place to save time and reduce the decision fatigue. The same idea applies here. A little organization goes a long way in making laundry less of a hassle. Now, finally, don't do it alone. Laundry doesn't have to fall entirely on your shoulders. Mama, I am talking to you. You do not have to do the laundry all by yourself. Involving the family can make a big difference. Even younger kids can take on simple tasks, like matching socks or folding small items like towels. Older kids can even sort their clothes, put away their own laundry, or even learn how to use the washer and dryer. The goal is to share the responsibility and lighten your load. In my house, my oldest puts her clothes away, and I assist with separating them since I currently wash both my youngest and oldest clothes together. Yes, they do have separate hampers, but I combine them in the wash. So I don't know. Don't ask me about it. That's just what we're doing. Anyway, my youngest helps by hanging her shirts and putting her socks away in the drawer. This little bit of help makes a big difference in the fact that I have 7 loads of laundry that I need to get done. And it doesn't make laundry feel as draining getting their help. Even the small contributions from the kids lighten the load and just make the process much smoother. Here are a few tips for getting the family involved. Assign tasks based on age and ability. Younger kids can handle simple jobs, while older kids or teens can take on more responsibility. Then set clear expectations, like when laundry needs to be folded or where it should be put away. Lastly, make it fun. Turn on some music, set a timer, or make it a game to see who can finish their task the fastest. My girls are both kind of talkers, so when we're doing laundry, we're typically chit-chatting. But that seems to make the time go by fast. For us right now, it goes great. That's what works for us. Before we continue, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for being here and tuning in. If you found that today's tips are already helpful, you might also enjoy episode 7, where we talked about creating a clutter-free workspace. It's packed with strategies to keep both physical and digital workspaces tidy and productive. You can check it out by visiting tidytheclutter.com/007. Let's jump back into our laundry tips. Even with a good system in place, there are always challenges that can make laundry harder than it really needs to be. Let's tackle 3 of the most common obstacles and how to overcome them. The first is time constraint. Life gets busy. We can all agree that there's just moments in life that it's insanely busy. And it can feel like there's actually no time to keep up with the laundry. One way to handle this is to break the task into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, instead of letting clean laundry sit in a pile all week, try folding clothes during short pockets of free time, like when you're watching your favorite show or listening to your new favorite podcast, Tidy the Clutter. If you are in a rush during the week, consider setting aside 15 minutes on the weekend to catch up on folding and putting clothes away. Small actions like these can keep things from piling up and becoming overwhelming. Another common obstacle is family resistance. Like, I don't know anybody whose family would just not resist this at all. So let's be real. Getting everybody on board with laundry duties can be a real pain in the butt. Even if kids are great and helpful one week, the next week it can be totally different. And they're like, oh, again? And it's like, yeah. So kids might be reluctant to help, or your partner might not share the same urgency about keeping things tidy. A great way to address this is to make laundry a shared responsibility, truly by introducing clear expectations and even a reward system. For example, in episode 4, we actually discussed using toy rotation to simplify toy clutter. The same approach can technically be used here. So, create a simple one in, one out rule where kids can only earn privileges or rewards after completing their laundry tasks. Or turn it into a fun family activity by setting a timer and working together to get as much done as possible in 10 minutes. The last common obstacle I know I face is when someone has an accident or a spill and suddenly there's extra laundry. We all hate that, but it happens to all of us. It could be a juice spill or a potty training mishap, or even a pet related mess. The key here is to handle it as you're cleaning up the mess. Trust me, I've learned the hard way that if you set it aside for later, two things happen. The first, the stain sets in. And second, you literally lose all motivation to get it done. I found it so much easier to just rinse, pre-treat, and toss the item into the washer right then and there. This small habit saves so much stress later, and it keeps the surprise laundry from spiraling into, geez, even a bigger chore. Here's a fun fact to boost your motivation. Are you ready? A study conducted by researchers at the University of California in Los Angeles, so UCLA, found that cluttered environments significantly increase stress levels and reduce productivity. This includes not only cluttered countertops, but also those laundry piles we all keep putting off. By staying on top of the process and involving your family, you're not just lightening the load, you're actually also creating a more peaceful home environment. Like, how cool is that? I feel like we all kind of knew that deep down, but just hearing it is like, that's crazy. And don't forget, perfection really isn't the goal, right? Life happens, and there will be weeks when laundry doesn't go as planned. The key is just to have a system in place that's flexible enough to help you bounce back quickly. If you've been feeling stuck with laundry, I really encourage you to try one of these strategies this week. Whether it's setting up sorting bins, involving your kids, or tackling surprise laundry messes right away. And if you are looking for more ways to simplify and organize your routines, I definitely check out episode 2 on morning routines, or even episode 4 for strategy to simplify toy clutter. I think they're both packed with helpful tips. Laundry doesn't have to be overwhelming or even a consistent source of stress. By establishing a consistent routine, organizing your laundry system, and even getting your family involved, you can turn it into a manageable part of your week. And hey, maybe even enjoy it a little more. I mean, maybe. I guess that's a big maybe right there. But start small by implementing just one tip from today's episode. Maybe that means setting up sorting bins, or trying a daily load routine, or even asking your kids to pitch in. A little progress will go a long way. You don't have to do this perfectly. So some weeks will definitely be messier than others, and that's totally okay. The goal is to create a system that helps you stay flexible and bounce back when life just gets insane. And you need a little breathing room there. If you want to revisit any of the tips we talked about or check out past episodes like episode 2 on simplifying morning routines or even episode 4 about managing toy clutter, all of the links and resources can be found at today's episode page, which is going to be at tidytheclutter.com/009. Now, next week, we'll be diving into a new topic that I'm really excited about: quick daily family cleanup routines. I know it is not a sexy topic, but I'm stoked about it. I'll be sharing how a 15-minute tidy up can reduce stress, keep your home organized, and encourage teamwork among your kids. It's such a simple system, but it's incredibly effective. And I can't wait to go more in details with you. If you found today's episode helpful, I'd love it if you'd share with a friend or a family member who could use a little laundry inspiration, let's call it. And don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. Until next time, stay focused and enjoy those small wins along the way. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Tidy the Clutter podcast. I hope you're leaving today with at least one small step that you're excited to take. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works for you and building on it little by little. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love it if you'd give the podcast a follow and leave a quick review. It really helps others find the show and join us on this journey toward less stress and more ease. And if you're looking for more tips, resources, or just a bit of extra motivation, head over to tidytheclutter.com, and everything you need to stay organized and feel more in control is waiting for you there. Until next time, keep things simple, stay focused, and enjoy those small wins along the way. Take care and talk soon.